My name is Preston Williams. I'm the leader of the UNC Charlotte Synchro Competition Team, Safety Third Construction, and this is the Dome Room.
Hello, my name is Jacob Trammel. I'm a master's student in the Masters of Construction and Facilities Management.
My name is Seth. I'm a senior here at UNC Charlotte in the Construction Management program.
Hi, my name is Savannah Dewitt, and I'm also a student here at UNC Charlotte in the Masters of Construction and Facilities Management program.
My name is Joseph Royer. I am a graduate student here at the Construction Management and Facility Management graduate program.
I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah.
My role was more the team leader, so I kind of organized all the meetings and gave us some deadlines for the project. I was also more the software guy. I have more of a background in the software than some of the rest of the group, and while the rest of the group has more construction industry experience. So we really fed off of each other. We learned a lot from each other. Being that the rest of the group has construction experience, they made a schedule that would absolutely build a building but wouldn't necessarily correlate to a synchro schedule. So when it came to linking the 3D to the schedule they created, there were kind of some discrepancies.
As Preston was saying, some of the difficulty in the schedule that Joe and myself created is that both me and Joe come from a construction industry background. We both work for general contractors in the commercial arena, and as such that we built a very, very detailed schedule. We included everything from our rough wall inspections, hang tape and finishing, roughing in all our utilities, our riser installs, and a lot of extra details which we didn't really base it off the model, which is what we should have done. So when we handed it over to Preston, he received something like a 1,200 activity schedule, and had to link it to a model that I don't believe it has that many pieces. So we kind of gave him a buffet, and he had to get only a plate.
I actually have an undergraduate degree in architecture, so I kind of brought a different perspective to the whole synchro competition, more or less. Whereas the majority of my team, obviously, they came through this program over here in the engineering department, whereas I spent all of my undergrad in the architecture department. So it was interesting to learn this actual scheduling techniques and things that would be performed in order to create this in an actual project setting. So because of my background in architecture, I actually found the working with synchro and linking model elements together to the schedule to be most interesting, and I guess I'm more interested in the graphics portion of that. So my primary role on this was working together with our team captain Preston to link those elements together and then create the final video animation for this project.
My primary portion of this was the structural aspect of this scheduling project. Some of the assumptions I made were assumptions based on the rebar for the columns and the mat that goes into the slab. Those assumptions and the production rates were based on field experience. Other assumptions were that the elevator shaft was made out of CMU, and that was to be built straight up once the actual construction of the building itself had progressed a good ways.
My main focus for this project was to bring some expertise on the HVAC system, electrical, and plumbing. Assumptions that had to be made with that were life safety concerns, the durations that were quantified through some of the Revit drawings for the HVAC system, the plumbing and walls, overheads, things like that. And then I also aided Jacob with some of the logic and just reviewing, getting a second perspective on those elements as well.
Had quite a few issues with creating the schedule. It's a large building. The model wasn't very detailed, and we may have put too much detail into the schedule and made it a little too hard for ourselves. We made a good bit of assumptions, which some of my other teammates are going to talk about. I dealt primarily with the architectural portion of scheduling, and a lot of assumptions I made were wall types. The curtain wall was very well defined through the details in Revit, but for the most part, a lot of our interior walls we had to assume there's a standard partition wall, metal studs, gypsum rock, and we used that information along with some of our teammates, including my own experience from the industry, to create some basic logic, schedule that made sense that would build this dormitory in real life and establish production rates and then durations for it.